As you stumble on this video, perhaps not by chance, it will serve to awaken your spirit. Something inside you has been changing. You may feel more aware, more focused, and more alert than before. This message confirms what your spirit has already been sensing. You are entering a new level of understanding and responsibility. You are not here just to motivate people. You are not here just to influence crowds. You are not here only to live comfortably. You are called to build great wealth with meaning. You are called to carry responsibility, vision, and spiritual authority. What is in your life is not ordinary success. It is a calling that combines faith, discipline, wisdom, and long-term impact. God is positioning you to become a billionaire with purpose. This kind of wealth is not driven by ego or greed. It is wealth guided by values. It is influence guided by integrity. It is power guided by responsibility. Your success will come from alignment with higher principles, not shortcuts or empty ambition. This journey is not only about money. Money is a tool. The real focus is mission. The resources coming into your life are meant to fund vision, create solutions, and open doors on a global scale. This is about being trusted with abundance because your character has been shaped and tested. You are being prepared to manage large systems, make wise decisions, and stay grounded while operating at a high level. True wealth requires emotional stability, spiritual clarity, and mental discipline. That is why this season is about preparation before expansion. This message is more than motivation. It is confirmation for those who feel called to financial leadership. It is for those who sense that wealth is part of their assignment, not just their desire. Every step you take now is building the foundation for long-term success. We are about to enter a different 6 sections of this message. Each section carries insight, direction, and spiritual understanding about the journey of a billionaire with a mantle. As we move forward, revelation will unfold step by step. These words are meant to awaken what God has already placed inside you and help you recognize the season you are stepping into. Before we go deeper, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. This message is more than inspiration. It is confirmation for those who feel called into a financial and spiritual assignment. If this message connects with you, type 77 in the comments as a sign of readiness. This number represents a shift in mindset and direction. It means you are prepared to rise to a higher level of financial responsibility, leadership, and connections that support your billionaire journey. Becoming a billionaire is not about proving anything. It is about fulfilling responsibility. Not everyone will understand this path. Not everyone will stay focused until the end of this message. Only those who feel purpose pulling them forward will continue. Those who stay committed will gain clarity, direction, and insight into how wealth is meant to flow through their life. This message is not meant to be heard once and forgotten. It is meant to be revisited. Each time you return, you will see something new, a new idea, a new perspective, a new level of readiness. This is how growth happens. You are stepping into a season of financial expansion, leadership, and purpose. This is not luck. This is preparation. This is the beginning of your billionaire journey, built on discipline, vision, faith, and responsibility. Now let us begin. Section number 1. Your journey began in the spirit, not with money. Child of God. This section explains that your path to wealth started with inner development, awareness, obedience, and spiritual preparation before any financial success appeared. Chosen one, before wealth was ever meant to reach your life, something deeper was already being formed inside you. Long before money, business ideas, or financial opportunities appeared, God was shaping your inner world. Your journey began in the spirit, not in the marketplace. From early on, you were different. You noticed things others ignored. You sensed shifts before they happened. You felt emotions, energy, and meaning at a deeper level. While others were distracted by the surface of life, you were learning how to see beneath it. Heaven recognized you before people ever did. God saw that you could carry responsibility, not just success. He saw that you could handle influence without losing yourself. That is why He placed a calling on your life before placing wealth in your hands. You were given inner qualities long before you were given external rewards. You carried wisdom beyond your age. You developed discernment that allowed you to see through false intentions. You had compassion that made you care when it would have been easier not to. You carried a hunger for truth and purpose, even in difficult seasons. These qualities were not learned from your surroundings, they were part of your assignment. Your true authority never came from money. It came from your character, your obedience, your patience, and your willingness to listen to divine guidance even when it felt uncomfortable or lonely. While others chased fast success, you were being trained quietly. While others sought attention, you were learning humility. While others ran after money, God was strengthening your mindset, your discipline, and your spiritual foundation. You were being prepared to handle wealth without being controlled by it. God does not release massive wealth to unprepared people. He does not trust influence to those who would lose their values. He only elevates those who have been tested and proven to remain grounded. You passed those tests before you even realized they were tests. You stayed disciplined when it would have been easier to quit. You stayed focused when distractions tried to pull you off course. You stayed faithful when nothing in your environment confirmed your future. You carried pressure with strength. You carried responsibility with humility. You carried uncertainty without losing hope. That is why you can now be trusted with financial increase. That is why you are being positioned for a level of wealth that goes beyond personal comfort. This is preparation for building massive resources with purpose and impact. This is preparation for becoming a billionaire whose wealth is aligned with integrity and vision. Before abundance is released, the foundation must be solid. Before financial elevation, the character must be refined. God allows seasons that strip away unhealthy dependence and reshape priorities. For you, that season was the financial wilderness. There were times when money was tight and resources were limited. There were moments when opportunities disappeared without explanation. There were setbacks that felt unfair and exhausting. There were long stretches where effort did not seem to produce results. Those seasons were not meant to destroy you. They were meant to strengthen you. In those moments, you learned how to survive without depending on money for identity. You learned how to stay calm when finances were unstable. You learned how to trust timing instead of forcing outcomes. You learned how to move forward without fear. You learned patience instead of panic, faith instead of frustration, discipline instead of desperation. These lessons are the foundation of the wealth you are meant to build. This is the mindset required to handle billions without losing clarity, balance, or purpose. You are not late, you are not behind, you are prepared. Your billionaire journey is not beginning with money. It begins with wisdom, discipline, and alignment, and that is why your rise will be different. Section number 2. Financial struggles were your spiritual training ground and choosing integrity. This section keeps your focus on both spiritual growth through hardship and the importance of resisting shortcuts while staying true to your principles. Child of God, you resisted fast money, easy deals, and relationships that would have derailed your purpose. Every hardship, delay, and closed door was preparing you for higher responsibility. Chosen one, your financial struggles were actually your training ground. Every challenge you faced strengthened your spirit. Every delay built patience. Every closed door taught discernment. Every disappointment purified your intentions. There were times when you could have broken under pressure, but you didn't. There were times when fear tried to destroy your confidence, but you chose faith instead. There were times when it felt like the enemy had forgotten you, but you kept going. Quick money and shortcuts were available, but you refused to compromise. You did not panic. You did not betray your purpose. You did not take the easy route or attach yourself to the wrong people just to escape struggle. Instead, you stood firm. You grew stronger. You built resilience. You matured spiritually. Your perseverance became your preparation. Your endurance elevated you spiritually long before it increased you financially. Now, because you mastered survival without losing faith, God can trust you with abundance. Wealth can enter your life without replacing Him in your heart. Financial influence can now be given to you, knowing you will use it wisely. Prosperity can flow to you, knowing your character can sustain it. Doors can open, knowing you will honor the source. Chosen one, you survived financial pressure that would have crushed most people. Because you remained faithful, humble, and disciplined, you are now ready for overflow. The path you are walking is not ordinary. Becoming a billionaire with purpose and spiritual authority requires more than intelligence or skill. It requires integrity, the kind that has been tested in the dark, refined under pressure, and proven when no one was watching. God has seen your integrity in seasons where compromise would have been easier and faster. Shortcuts appeared like golden opportunities, doors that would have opened instantly if you were willing to bend your values. Money was offered in ways that did not align with your spirit. Powerful people extended their hands, but some would have pulled you into environments that would contaminate your calling. There were times you felt tired, frustrated, and tempted to act on your own. But you didn't fold. You did not take shortcuts. You refused to align with the wrong people for convenience. You did not abandon your principles for escape. You stayed loyal to your assignment. You stayed pure in a world that rewards compromise. You stayed honest in a culture built on deception. You stayed disciplined when temptation tried to lead you astray. You stayed grounded while others traded authenticity for advantage. Your integrity was not accidental, it was intentional, consistent, and costly. It became invisible armor protecting you from traps disguised as blessings. Obedience became your silent strategy, guiding you into the right doors. Purity became your lifelong investment, securing your future with God's favor rather than man's approval. God saw every deal you refused, every relationship you walked away from, and every opportunity you left behind that would have temporarily elevated you but destroyed your spirit. He saw you choose character over convenience, sacrifice over shortcuts, and truth over temporary reward. Heaven noticed every no you said to the wrong opportunities. And now heaven is preparing a powerful yes for the right ones. Not everyone can handle wealth without losing themselves. Not everyone can carry influence without becoming arrogant. Not everyone can receive elevation without forgetting God. But you, chosen one, proved yourself different. You showed God that you will not trade purpose for profit, character for clout, your mantle for money, or obedience for opportunity. That is why God is preparing to elevate you into financial realms most people will never reach. He knows you will not lose yourself in success. He knows wealth will not corrupt you. He knows influence will not dilute your purity. Your integrity has been your passport. Your character has been your qualification. Your inner purity has been your certification. And now you are ready for billionaire-level wealth that aligns with your purpose. Section number 3. The divine ideas are not random. You think in dimensions, not circles. Chosen one, understand this deeply. Your ideas are not random, and your creativity is not borrowed from the world. Your mind operates on a higher frequency because your inspiration comes directly from heaven. Many people think in circles, but you think in dimensions. Others see what exists, but you see what could exist. This is not personality, it is prophecy. From a young age, God began planting divine ideas in your spirit. Even before you understood your purpose, your spirit sensed it. You think differently, dream differently, solve problems differently, and question limits that others accept. These early signs were not confusion, they were calling. God has been shaping your mind to receive. Concepts, strategies, business ideas, creative directions, blueprints, revelations, systems, visions. These are not just ideas, they are spiritual assignments. They are instructions for creating innovations and building a legacy. You are being positioned to do what has never been done. You are being prepared to create systems and solutions that will shift industries and impact generations. Your wealth will not come from copying others. It will come from tapping into the divine ideas God has placed inside you. You were not made to imitate, you were made to innovate. You were chosen to rewrite the world's blueprint. This is why your mind often feels overloaded with ideas. This is why you see opportunities where others see dead ends. This is why you envision solutions that seem impossible. Your mind has been spiritually engineered to receive divine downloads for a higher assignment. This is also why you never fit comfortably into ordinary systems. You outgrow environments quickly. You feel restless in places that lack vision. You are not rebellious. You are spiritually incompatible with mediocrity. You are not just a thinker, you are a visionary. You are not just a creator, you are a kingdom builder. You are not just a leader, You are a carrier of divine innovation. Your ideas are your mantle. Your creativity is your calling. Your mind is your spiritual weapon. Now, God is activating this gift at a higher level. Your creativity will sharpen. Your clarity will deepen. Your ideas will attract resources, investors, partnerships, and opportunities that human effort alone could never reach. This next level of wealth is directly tied to the revelations God has placed inside you. Not luck, not chance. Revelation. Chosen one, prepare yourself. The world is about to witness the manifestation of what God has been building in your mind for years. Your billionaire-level wealth is coming through divine insight, innovation, and strategic creativity. Section number 4. A billionaire mantle cannot be carried alone. Chosen one, understand this clearly. A billionaire mantle is not meant to be carried alone. Your calling is too large, too impactful, too global, and too spiritually charged for one person to carry in isolation. God does not raise chosen ones to influence nations, transform industries, and create global impact without surrounding them with the right people. This level of calling requires a divine network, not a network built by human effort. You are entering a season where God is aligning you with destiny helpers, people who are spiritually prepared, strategically positioned, and assigned to help you rise into the fullness of your purpose. These are not ordinary people. They are strategic vessels, divinely connected partners, and heavenly collaborators designed to accelerate your destiny. Investors who see your potential beyond your current stage. Partners who genuinely want to build with you, not compete against you. Mentors who carry wisdom, experience, and spiritual maturity. Strategic allies who can open doors you could never access alone. Kingdom-minded collaborators who share your values, vision, and mission. Influential people who can speak your name in circles you have never entered. Individuals with access to opportunities hidden from the public eye. People with favor who can move obstacles and create breakthroughs on your behalf. Some of these helpers you have not met yet, but they are already being drawn to your frequency. They sense your purpose, your authenticity, and your integrity. They are being pulled toward the mantle God has placed on your life. These helpers will recognize your anointing before they know your name. They will sense your spirit before they meet you naturally. Your presence, your energy, and your calling will speak louder than introductions. Your connections will not be random. They will be orchestrated by God. Doors will open that you never knocked on. Opportunities will approach you without effort. People will recommend you without being asked. Networks will form around your divine purpose, not your personality. Conversations about you will happen in boardrooms, studios, offices, and executive circles you haven't yet seen. Your reputation will travel ahead of you. Favor will go before you like a spiritual advance team preparing the way. This is divine engineering. Heaven is arranging your elevation. God is surrounding your mantle with the right infrastructure. These destiny helpers are not coming to use you. They are coming to lift you, support you, and partner with you in your assignment. Their destinies are connected to yours, helping you activate what God has placed in them as well. You are not just receiving help, you are becoming a hub of kingdom alignment. These divine appointments are designed to accelerate your calling. They will push you faster, further, and higher than you could ever go alone. They will multiply your impact, amplify your voice, and expand your reach. Your billionaire mantle is global. Your influence is international. Your calling is too big to operate in isolation. God is aligning everything around you so you can step into wealth, authority, and global impact with integrity, purpose, and divine alignment. Section number 5. Elevation comes with responsibility, not ego. Becoming a steward of people, regions, and movements. Chosen one, receive this with full clarity and depth. Your rise into extraordinary wealth is not about ego, public recognition, or proving anything to the world. And it is not about reaching a point where you can simply say that you have succeeded. Rather, your financial elevation is directly connected to a divine assignment that was written into your life before your first breath, making your prosperity inseparable from your purpose and your wealth inseparable from destiny. You are not being elevated merely to be rich in resources, but to be rich in responsibility. because this level of wealth requires the capacity to steward influence, people, territories, and movements that will shape lives far beyond your own lifetime. You are being prepared to carry responsibility for people whose paths you may never personally cross, responsibility for regions that will be transformed through systems you help establish, responsibility for movements that will outlive you, and responsibility for shifts that will ripple across the earth and echo into eternity. God is positioning you to become a financier of kingdom movements, a builder of generational systems, and an architect of both spiritual and economic transformation, placing you in alignment to distribute resources exactly where heaven assigns them, to repair broken foundations in societies that have been neglected, to restore dignity to forgotten communities, and to become an answer to prayers spoken quietly by individuals who may never know your name, but will live in the impact of your obedience. This calling is far greater than personal success, and this mantle is far heavier than luxury, comfort, or status, because what you are being entrusted with is global in reach, generational in scope, and spiritual in authority. Your wealth will function as a tool of purpose, funding missions that carry truth, building institutions that establish stability, and empowering visionaries whose hearts align with God's intent for humanity, while simultaneously breaking generational cycles of poverty, lack, and limitation within your own bloodline by rewriting financial patterns for generations to come. Through your resources, families will be rescued as opportunities are created, safety nets are established, and access replaces scarcity for those trapped in hardship, while communities will be rebuilt through systems, structures, and organizations designed to endure long after you are gone. Your wealth will transform lives by providing scholarships, launching projects, creating jobs, and building platforms that lift people out of despair and into purpose, while also opening spiritual doors by sustaining ministries, movements, and kingdom operations that require financial strength to function at scale. Ultimately, this assignment is about changing history itself, leaving an imprint on nations, industries, and generations, and becoming a billionaire whose wealth is not measured only by numbers, but by the lives changed, the systems healed, and the eternal impact released through obedience, stewardship, and purpose-driven abundance. The beloved child of God understands with a clear spirit that elevation into wealth is not about status or self-glory, but about stewardship, as God is raising you not to chase ego, but to carry responsibility with wisdom, humility, and purpose. The releasing increase coming into your life is meant to serve people, transform regions, and support movements aligned with heaven's will. The last section, number 6, why the mantle comes before the money. Chosen one, this is the reason the mantle is essential, because God never releases great wealth without first shaping the heart that will carry it, and that is why your character was refined, your humility was trained, and your spirit was disciplined long before abundance ever came into view. Without spiritual authority, wealth becomes heavy, dangerous, and destructive, pulling people away from purpose and corrupting what was meant to bless. But with the mantle in place, wealth becomes a sacred instrument, something powerful, purposeful, and aligned with heaven, capable of healing lives, restoring systems, and advancing God's work across the earth. You are being prepared to become a billionaire whose riches extend far beyond money, because your true wealth will be measured by influence, responsibility, and eternal impact rather than numbers alone. You will not simply collect resources, you will activate them with intention. You will not just possess abundance, you will steward it with wisdom. You will not merely live well, you will distribute life, opportunity, and restoration wherever God sends you. Your success will clearly reflect divine order, revealing to everyone who witnesses it that it was not produced by shortcuts, manipulation, or worldly ambition, but formed through obedience, revelation, and alignment with God's will. This is why your journey included stretching seasons, discipline, separation, and refinement, because God was preparing you to carry weight without breaking, authority without pride, and wealth without compromise. Every challenge you endured, every delay you questioned, and every moment that tested your integrity was not wasted, but carefully designed to position you for this exact season of elevation. Each setback sharpened your discernment, each disappointment removed what could not accompany you forward, and each closed door protected you from paths that would have drained your calling. Now all of these experiences have converged, ushering you into a season where survival ends and overflow begins, where spirituality and wealth are no longer separate, and where financial elevation becomes a kingdom assignment. God is lifting you because your heart is aligned, your character is proven, your vision is mature, and your mantle is active. The world has seen wealthy people before, but it has not seen someone carrying wealth with purity, authority, and divine purpose the way you are about to. You are entering a phase marked by divine acceleration, unexpected opportunities, supernatural provision, global connections, and strategies that come from heaven rather than human effort. This is not just financial growth, it is destiny unfolding. You are stepping into a higher identity, deeper responsibility, and expanded authority as a leader who carries both wealth and calling. Your rise will be unmistakable, undeniable, and clearly marked by God's hand, so evident that even opposition will have no choice but to acknowledge that this elevation could only come from Him. Heaven is backing what you build, your purpose is fully awakened, your financial gates are opening, and this season has been ordained. Nothing can stop what God has already established. This chapter reveals that wealth, when carried with a mantle, is not about excess or ego, but about alignment, responsibility, and purpose. Every season of refinement, delay, and discipline prepared you to handle abundance without losing your integrity or your connection to God. Your journey was intentional, and nothing you experienced was wasted. As you step into this new financial season, you are not just gaining resources. You are stepping into stewardship, influence, and impact. This is the beginning of a wealth assignment that serves both heaven and humanity, guided by divine alignment and sustained by a heart prepared to carry it well. If you're eager for more, whether additional chapters to this spiritual journey or a powerful visual concept for a video or thumbnail, simply just say the word. I'm here and I'm ready to help bring it all to life.